Everybody, welcome back to my channel, How Debbie Does It. This is Debbie, and I am bringing you my Thanksgiving table setting a little early this year. I realize it's not even Halloween yet, but if you're like me and you plan ahead, you may want to use some of these ideas in your own home this year. Starting out, the light source in the middle of the table are just 3 of those little birch trees that I picked up, and I wanted to use something on the table this year that gave some light and some ambiance, but I didn't want to use candles because I have grandchildren and I have had experience with candles and grandchildren. Enough said about that. So here's what I came up with. Let's take a closer look. So these are 3 little trees. They're little birch trees. I've stuck them into some oasis, and I have wrapped the smallest little garland I could find with tiny little leaves on it, just wrapped around the branches. It's in a little box that I got at Walmart that had a little chalkboard on the front of it, and I just took a paint pen and put family on there. And then just some moss in the center to hide all the little wires and things that are in there. Now, I spent a little money on this year. I probably total spent $30 on my table display. And that is kind of a lot. I would agree with that, but I'll tell you why I did that. I'm going to use this throughout the year. I can take all of the little leaf garland off of the trees. They're not glued on, they're just wound around. And I can use it for the other holidays too. I can use it for Christmas, I can use it for spring. I could just keep it up all year long in a corner with just the little light trees going. So I didn't think that was too bad to spend $30 on a display, and I think it turned out absolutely darling. It's so fall-y, so Thanksgiving-y looking on the tree, and it just adds the right amount of light to set everything off. My tablecloth this year is new. I got it at Ross. It was $13, I think. It's got just all kinds of writing all over it. Give thanks, family, love. I loved the colors in it. I wanted to do something different. I have a lot of leaf tablecloths, and I just thought this one was cute this year. It looks perfect with my Frankoma pottery. Now, if you watched my fall home decor tours, you know from looking at the dining room that I have a very large collection of Frankoma pottery, so I use it. I use it for all the holidays. I think it looks especially beautiful on Thanksgiving. So just talking a little bit about dishes. If you are having a big crowd this year and you have a mix-match set of dishes and you want to do something where everything looks the same, I suggest that you check out the thrift stores. And what I would do is stick with white. White is what you can find the most at the thrift stores. It doesn't really matter that the pattern on the plates match, just as long as the color does. And then just use something else to set your plates off. I think that's a perfect way to go. If I didn't already have this collection of the Frankoma, I would do that myself. And I even actually have a friend who had a wedding get-together, and she just started picking up white plates throughout the summer, and by the time it was time for her party, she had a perfect set of dishes for her party that she had. So let me get closer. I want to show you what I did on the plate. So these are just little plastic leaf trays that I found at the dollar store. They are hard plastic, so you can keep them from year to year. I'm using them as salad bowls this year. As long as you don't put them in the dishwasher, they're going to last for you from year to year. And I think they just look so pretty on everybody's plate. They're the perfect size for salad. You could use them for dessert if you wanted to. There's other things you can do with them too. You could put them in the bathroom and put your soaps in them. You could lay them up against a windowsill where the light comes through and have the pretty colors come through your window. I just chose to use them as salad bowls this year, and I think they look just darling on the table. So napkins are another problem. Napkins can be very expensive, cloth napkins. I looked at some of the chain stores this year to find a set of, I kind of wanted a set of rust-colored napkins. I couldn't find anything less than $2.99 a piece for napkins. If I have 10 or more people at my table and I get napkins for everybody, that's going to be over $30 just for napkins, and I won't spend that kind of money. So what I came up with is using dish towels. I went to Ross and I found a pack of 5 dish towels for $6. I cut each dish towel into 3 equal strips. I hemmed them up and I've used them as napkins. Now a napkin is just a piece of material. So why you would spend that kind of money if you don't have it on napkins, I'll never know, and it's a good thing I'm a thrift store shopper and I'm thrifty because I just wouldn't do it. But these are not actually the traditional size napkins are, but they work absolutely perfectly. They work the same way, and I think they're cute because they're mix and match. So I don't have just one color of napkin on the table. I have several different colors. Now the leaves that you see attached to the napkins, those were little wooden leaves that I found at Target in the little pick section. I think they were $3 for 6 or 8 of them. And then I just brought them home and I took a paint pen and painted everybody's name on them. So I think they turned out really cute. I can use them from year to year, or I could hang them up somewhere, like over my chandelier. Maybe next year I'll do that. But I think they just worked out perfect this year for the table. So there's an overview kind of my table. So now this is looking towards my hutch. I just took my pumpkins off the table and I put them in my hutch. Those little cone trees that you see, that's kind of a funny story. I went to one of those thrift stores where you buy things by the pound, and I found a bunch of old wreaths and swags. And I looked at them and I thought the one wreath that I found was one of the really large ones. And I thought, gosh, those are expensive even at the craft stores when you buy them when they're not already decorated. And the swags had some good bones in them, some picks and things that I could use. So I brought them home and I took everything apart. And I think I got the swags and the wreath. I probably paid $3 for all of it. The cone trees were actually, someone had hung them off the swag and put bells in them, so they'd made them into bells. And I didn't want to waste them. I could have thrown them away. I wasn't really sure what to do with them. But here's what I came up with. So I just found some ribbon. And the craft store actually has ribbon in sets of 5 different mix and match fabrics for ribbons for the holidays. These were autumn colored ones. And so I just started gluing the ribbon around the cones. And I think they turned out really cute. Here's the other one with the fall ribbon on it. And then the little glass beads that you see are actually candle holders. That was another thing I found at the thrift store. There was a bag of 3 candle holders and a garland that I got for $1 at the thrift store, so I just put them on top of those cones. I have a give thanks sign hanging up, and then those little amber ball lights that you see I got at Target. They're battery operated and they were $6. And so they just add a little sparkle. Above my hutch is where I put my little ducks. I can't stand to not have my ducks out somewhere. So I just set them up there with some more sprays of flowers that I had on my table. And just some more of those little pick lights. So all in all, I think it turned out pretty homey and cute for Thanksgiving this year. I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving at your home. I hope you can use some of my ideas. If you like my channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. For those of you that have subscribed already, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. It's always fun to do these, and I'm just starting to get the hang of it, so hopefully I'll keep them going. If you like it, hit the like button. And I'll see you back for Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving.